Thank you so much, Anthony. Thank you for having me here. I am so honored. Nice to see some familiar faces. Everybody, I can't wait to hopefully meet everybody I haven't met in net. Hi, JC. Hey, guys. Thanks again for having me. I'm excited. I'm honored. I'm just so grateful and blessed just to be invited to come and talk. I just remember a few years ago that I was that rep that was like taking notes, asking questions after our mall meeting back in 2018, just like asking every single question to receive every answer that I can to get better at malls. Because when I first started kiosks, I sucked. I was not successful whatsoever. My first 3 years at malls, I was not profitable. In 2018, that's when I first started working malls. I sold 205 CPO on 5 shifts. At that time, I think the shifts were like 130, 140 per shift. And at that time, I was not making 50%. I was like making 35, maybe 40. I remember like my mom just saying like, "What are you doing?" And full vulnerability, full honesty, I was considering leaving Cutco at the end of that season, altogether, just because I didn't want to have to pay to work and not be profitable. Also, at that time, I was a full-time student. I didn't have like the means to do that. And it's just crazy to like reflect back and think about that because now I obviously sell Cutco full time. And now working the mall in December is a huge pillar in my business. And it not only feeds my business at that short period of time, but it feeds my business throughout the year. And I'm just able to serve my clients year after year on a substantial level during this time. So there's a few different areas that I focus on, and I'm excited to bring you the goods today. My two big areas that I'm going to be focusing on this year that I really felt like I mastered last is one, creating business at the booth instead of or versus waiting for business to come to me. I know that we've all have worked a shift or worked a show where you just show up hoping for the best to happen. No, I'm looking back a lot of my year in events this year, and a lot of my sales and my business and my profitability has come from past clients. So one is creating business at the booth, and second is maximizing every interaction with my mindset and with my intentions. So I create business at the booth in three concrete ways. The first is service. So driving customers to my booth for sharpening, kind of like a month-long sharpening event or service event. That's kind of how I view it. Second is a raffle. So driving them there with a no purchase necessary reason, just to check up on them, just for them to check up on me, just for me to catch up with them, for them to be entered to win free Cutco. Everybody wins, loves free Cutco. I tell my clients the best way that you can get Cutco is for me to buy it for you. They all know that. And this is the time where they reap that reward. And then third is referrals. So getting your customers to get people there for you. And I'll show you how I do that in a little bit. My first question for you is, are you providing service for your clients at the booth? Are you providing service for your clients at the booth? And service can mean many different things. For me, it's doing what I promised would be sharpening, helping get their knives replaced, whatever that may be. So when I first started working malls back in 2018, and I think about that like 18, 19, and we were in the mall in 2020 for a short period of time. And I just remember like not even being excited to sell Cutco at the booth, but to be excited about getting the leads to schedule them for January because I knew that I felt like I wasn't going to be profitable in those first few years, but I was like, heck yeah, my January is going to look good. I'll qualify for J Pro. It's just crazy that that mindset to now is like I'm direct scheduling or I'm scheduling my clients to come see me while I'm already there, while I'm already paying to be there. Um, so when I first started doing this back in 2021, we kind of experimented by having people who wanted sharpening come up to the booth like, hey, are used to doing sharpening here. I know everybody has had that experience before. We scheduled them to come at the very last weekend that we were there, and we were swamped. It was busy. It was insane. We had people who did not even make appointments just start lining up. And I thought, like, what if we started doing this like throughout the whole season while we're already there? So when I send out my marketing to all of my clients in that area, I do a 30-mile radius where I'm working. I make sure that every single text, every single email, every single postcard has my scheduling link, my link for people, for my clients to schedule them to come in to bring their knives for sharpening. So on my postcards, I have a QR code where they could just scan, pulls up my Calendly link super easily. In this link, I have the days and times that I offer service at the booth. Also, if you want that link from me, I'm just finishing setting up the actual days and times that I'm going to be working. You're more than welcome to ask me for that link. I do not mind sharing that with you guys. Um, on my link, I don't have that the days, all the days that I'm there, I'm not doing sharpening every single day that I'm present. I'm only doing them the days I know will be slow. And I don't have openings every single hour that I'm there either. In my link, I have options for them to click what programs and packages that they're considering. And I have, I think, 5 or 7 different options that they can click. An example would be flatware or cookware or the upgrade program, or I own and operate a business. I try to be as efficient as I can. So this just tells me a bit about my client that's coming in to see me and how I could best work with them and how I could best serve them. Um, it also opens up their mindset to look at new products while I'm already there working with them compared to like, oh, I'm just going to drop off my knives and get them sharpened. No, 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 no. Another way I'm providing service is by direct scheduling Cutco owners that do not have an active rep to come back to the booth for sharpening. So once again, we've all worked events where random people come up asking, "Hey, are you guys doing sharpening here?" Or "Where do I get my knife sharpened?" Or "What's the address to get them sharpened?" Instead of, and I've seen this so many times from so many other reps, and I'm just gonna throw my division underneath the bus. We're guilty about this. Instead of just like throwing the address at their face or just pointing to the guarantee sheet of like, hey, this is the address, take a picture of it, or just go to cutco.com. I'm going to direct schedule them to come back and get their knives serviced. And I tell them like, hey, we're only here for limited time. I obviously make sure on ROR that they're not anybody's clients, that they're a Cutco orphan, as I would call them. But I direct schedule them to come back and get their knives serviced for free. Obviously, I prioritize my past clients first before this. That's why my past clients get the link weeks in advance. This is your way to help them instead of just giving them like the address or the website. This is your way to add new clients onto your database. And we've all have had a customer come up or schedule with you and swear that they're not going to buy a thing. And then you end up providing a phenomenal service for them and they can't help but want to see what's new or want to buy stuff. For me, that's some of my biggest clients. So once again, I started doing this back in 2021, and since then, it's been a huge game changer. I'm able to serve so many people from all over the area. And the mall I do work, it's one of the biggest malls in Northern California. So I have clients that come see me from as far as 3 hours away just to come. They bring their knives, they make a whole day out of it, they get all their Christmas shopping done, and it's fun. So I'm able to see clients that I normally wouldn't drive 3 hours for one appointment for. I'm able to service them on a whole new level. Um, Once again, I direct schedule them right there in front of me instead of just collecting their information or having an assistant play phone tag with them or me texting them back and forth. No, I'm going to schedule them right then and there instead of giving them the link to for them to fill it out on their own. If for that way, it's just more efficient for me. And I'm also able to kind of pick their brain, see where their value of Cutco is, and see what they own, what they don't own. to pique their interest into seeing what new products and programs. I always tell everybody at every single time, even my past clients, that there's no obligation to buy anything, but if you want to, I won't stop you. It just always lowers their guard. They're like, "Oh, haha, yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, you can't buy a thing. I'm not gonna let you." Just jokingly. But obviously they're always like, "What's new? Oh, I didn't know you made pots and pans," whatever that may be. Um, if they ask how they bring their knives, I think someone was talking about this a little bit ago. I just asked them to wrap them in cloths or take a cardboard box and like wrap them in the knives like so they're sheathed, put them in a tote bag. Obviously, make sure that the knives aren't going to puncture the tote bag or a Trader Joe's bag or a Lululemon bag. Just giving them examples. If they have a block set, I do like them to bring the block. Um, I tell them just put the block in a tote bag, or if they're my past client, if they have an ultimate or a signature set, I ask them like, "Hey, do you have a wagon from Costco, like that wagon, the grocery wagon?" Like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Oh, me too. I love it." Just bring it in that. Obviously, you don't want to have the knives exposed. Like, put that in a tote bag or wrap it around just so it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. You don't want knives flying everywhere. Um, as long as they're not visible, that's fine. And I always give clear instructions on the best entrance into the mall and where to find me. What's going to be the most efficient entrance to get to me. So that's a very key point. I put that like in my marketing. I also tell my clients that just to lower the likelihood of them not showing up. Okay, so that's sharpening. One last little pro tip. This is what works for me. I don't know. Everybody has different systems in place, but if they're my past client, especially, I let them drop off their knives, take care of some shopping, and come back. But I always pre-frame like, hey, save 15 to 20 minutes for me at the end, just to make sure that I have enough time to serve you at the highest level. I want to go over some things with your knives. I'm going to teach you how to keep them sharp longer. I'm also going to show you some new bells and whistles. Okay. I always just pre-frame that. What that lets me do is I'm able to sharpen their knives while they're taking care of stuff, but it still allows me the opportunity to help new clients who come up to the booth and help them with whatever they may need. And I always have non-Cutco owners come up to me while I'm sharpening. And I think it's more of like a curiosity, like, "What are you doing? Can I bring my knives for sharpening?" I'm like, "What kind of knives you got? Angles? Oh, no, no, no. You need the good stuff." So I don't know how many times, and like my coworkers can attest to this, where I've been have my show booklet open over knives that I'm servicing right there on the spot. Obviously, you want to be mindful to your past clients and make sure their products are taken care of within the time frame that you pre-framed with them. I tell them about an hour, and most people are super okay with that because they can take care of shopping or they could do X, Y, or Z, whatever it is. Once again, this is what works for me. Okay. The next system I'm going to tell you guys about is a little bit about my referral program. So, this is something I always include in every single email, text that I do throughout the year. I'm always talking about referrals. I'm always trying to get new business. I'm always trying to help my clients, friends, or family, whoever that may be. Um, right off the back, for every person they refer to me and that makes a purchase, they both receive a free Cutco gift. So I actually have a referral card that I give to my clients. I don't have actual business cards. I have like a contact card through iPhone or whatever, the digital card. But my card is the referral card and it talks about that program, and that's where I maximize it the most. Also, throughout the year, when I do other sharpenings or when I'm seeing other clients at the booth, I tell them about my referral program and I tell them the best time to reap that reward is while I'm at the mall, while I'm at the Galleria Mall. So I already kind of been training my clients for the past few years to one, see me at the mall and send their friends and family to me at the mall. Now, I'll even tell my clients that they can stack up a Cutco credit with me throughout the year as they refer friends and family. And this credit they could apply towards a large purchase, like a set of pots and pans or an upgrade. Just that way it gets them excited and it helps them get the Cutco that they have on their wish list sooner and faster. And it also gets them thinking about what's next. So that's a little like pro tip that I do when it comes to referrals. A bit about my selling mindset. So